Hey, Coach, solid point tonight. Most of the game, Charlotte was leading in offense with shots on goal and such. Towards the end of the game, though, it got a lot more conservative. Did you instruct the team to be, a little more reticent and more about protecting the goal at the end there and solidifying the result?
No, I think actually, Steve, I agree with your analysis. I am pretty much on the same wavelength. No, it wasn't. Well, I mean, we went back because at one point we find difficult to build in the way that we wanted, and therefore we stayed on one side and we stayed back. We couldn't go higher as we wanted. And so my rule is that if I can win, at least I don't want to lose. So towards the end, I could see that they were doing a little bit what Red Bulls did and throwing strikers and attacking players. So I solidified, I wanted the team to come away at least with a point and to try to give them the best chance. But no, credit to Columbus that they are a good team with good players, and they kept pressing us, and if it was difficult to go higher like we did in the first half and with part of the second half. So this is something that we need to improve. Already spoke with the guys and told them that this is the way we want to play. Our objective is to try to get continuity over 90 minutes in the way we want to play. But I'm happy with the point. I'm happy for the boys with the effort. And even when we had to change and to be more conservative, as you say, I think the boys will look pretty solid.
Yeah, and then that's part of the maturation of a team anyway, is getting the result there. The win on the road will come at some point, but this keeps things going positive there. Now, in a situation like that, and with your philosophy, when they start pressing and they bring out maybe a higher line in defense too, do you look to go over the top there? I mean, using the speed of a gains to get behind them, or? Yeah,
we try that, and it's something that we want to try to play, being humble again, but try to be a complete game. So if we need to go long and to compete with second balls, I want our team to be able to do so, and I think they already showed that they can do it against Red Bulls. They're probably one of the best teams in this league to do that, and Columbus the same. So I think that even though tonight Columbus at times they were really well organized for this kind of game, I think that we hold our own and we didn't look vulnerable.
Were you close to bringing in Camille or Kerwin at any point to try to?
I would have liked to, but I think Andre and Mackenzie play really well, and they were threats in different ways. I thought that Andre worked really hard for the team, also defensively. Mackenzie the same, but also he was a threat with his speed. And the reason I took him out is not because he didn't deserve to stay on. I think it was one of our main threats going forward, even until the end, but because the team couldn't sustain him anymore, and therefore, at least I wanted to bring home a point.
It looked like Mackenzie had like a little more freedom to take people on one-on-one. Is this something that has happened since you've taken over to, instructing him to do that?
I don't know. I rate Mackenzie really high. I think that there is a lot of potential in him. I think that there is a lot of growth in him as a player. He's a very coachable player. He's a great to talk to. He takes on board a lot of information. I trust him. He knows that I trust him 100%. And there will be changes because the wingers is a very demanding position because they need to attack and come back and help defensively. And so, but Mackenzie has been great for us. And of course, he's got the freedom to go 1v1. It's very difficult to stop him in those situations. So the more he does it, the better for us.
Molto grazie.
Great.
All right, Carol.
Hey, Coach. Steve asked kind of what I was thinking about, but I know you said during the week Camille probably wouldn't play, as part of the decision not to use him tonight because, you guys had a coaching change. He's been to maybe one or two practices, if that. I mean, is that part of what goes into that decision?
Yeah, of course. He was in one practice only. We prepared the week. And obviously, it's not his fault. He was with the national team, and I wanted him with us anyway. but he only was in one practice, and therefore I thought that even at that particular moment of the game, I repeated, our wingers were playing well, and and I thought that they had the legs to keep playing. As you can see, Andre was coming back and helping, and Mackenzie again was going. Just as I said, the team find difficult towards the last 15 minutes to sustain us to stay higher, and therefore I needed to solidify the team and not to concede. But so I think that our wingers were playing really well, and I think when we changed the system, I took him off simply because Andre is more used to play this role as a second striker, as a number 9, and so it was more a tactical decision than anything.
And Swiderski, he's not back yet with you guys, or what's the status of him?
He arrived, he's back, he will come back. We will start fresh week. Probably he will do something tomorrow on his own, and then he will start the week fresh like everybody else, and we go again. We need to grow. I trust the boys, have 100% faith in them, in all of them. We just have to build up on our solidity, I think, because in 2 games against 2 very good teams, we conceded 1 goal, unfortunately, with a mistake, but that happens in the game, and therefore Kalle is a player that saved us a lot of times, and is a great leader for this club, so it doesn't matter, we move on. And but I think that testament to the guys that they've been really solid, at least defensively. We don't look like easy to concede.
Thank you. You took the question out of my mouth. I was going to ask about Kalina, so thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Nick.
All right, congrats, coach. Thanks. So I was wondering what you did at halftime, if anything, based on the late goal, and how you may have changed things tactically, or had the players do different things. Did you all take a different approach in the beginning of the second half?
Yeah, I mean, 2 things you have to do when you manage the halftime, in my opinion, is to look at what tactically can be changed, and secondly, to keep the boys in a good spirit to go out, because to concede, as you just said, Nick, after 43 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute before you go halftime is always a difficult moment to concede, because you go on the halftime 0-0 away in Columbus, you think you're doing really well, 1-0. It's you think that is gonna get tough, and it is tough. But I know that our boys are really a good bunch that can come back against anyone, and so I had faith in them. And the testament to them is the fact that Columbus started with a different system. Instead of 3 central defenders, so we found difficulties for the boys for us to understand how to press them. Once we got ourselves a little bit more organized, and the best time to do it, unfortunately, is halftime, because you can give instruction on the pitch, but the game is going on, and for as much as you can say. But this is good to have these difficulties, because we will find this and again, and we will be able to solve it quicker.
Definitely. All right, a follow-up. So what did you learn about your players and your squad tonight after being down and being able to score and definitely being able to come out with this point? What did you learn about this club moving forward that you can improve on?
It's a good question, Nick, and I always ask myself this question after every game. What did I learn about the team, and what did I learn about the players? Tonight, I think I learned something that I kind of knew, that we are a tough team, young as a club, but that want to have an identity, that will fight, and that they can come back against everybody, home or away, and in difficult environments. So I learned that we can hold our own against teams, and now they have the belief. I knew, but it's important that the players knew that. I could sense that our boys have this quality in them, and I'm sure that they got the point, because now the belief will be greater. So testament to them, credit to them. And also, once again, I want to mention the players that came from the bench. So Jan, Jalen, Sergio, Jordi, that they add to the party. So when they come on, they bring something really good for the team, because to come away from home in a stadium like that against this team and to do well, I think it's important for us.
All right, grazie.
All right, I think we'll end it there for you, Christian. We'll have a player shortly. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thanks.
Do you know who we have, Woody?
Pretty sure it's gonna be Andre.
Yeah, that's what Will messaged.